Welcome back to Breakfast with Bob, ignited by Athlinks. We are at the Blueprint for Athletes Leadville 100, a mountain bike race, and two of our favorite people, Paul Fejtek and Mr. One Arm Willie Stewart, are with me. Boys, now Willie, I saw Paul's got bandages on.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm just assuming that he was riding with you. Why do I assume that?
No, he did the one thing you should never do. Is
What's that?
Pre-ride the course.
Oh, what were you thinking, Paul?
Someone told me it was a good idea. I've learned a lot of things from Willie. I didn't get that piece of advice, though.
Yeah. So, Willie, have you gone over with Paul? Because obviously, you ride with a full-on prosthetic arm. And Paul, when you ride, what did you set up on your bike?
Well, I have same setup as Willie. I have all of the braking and gear shift on one side, on the left side, and then I added a extender to the handlebar because as I was riding, my right arm is about 6 inches shorter than my left.
Yeah.
And
is that from a brachial plexus?
Brachial plexus palsy. It was a birth injury.
Right.
And I just have to back up for a second and say the only reason I'm here, the reason I'm riding,
yes,
is because this man, Willie Stewart.
I'm sorry.
It really is true, right?
This is absolutely true.
Yeah.
And you don't remember this conversation, Willie, I doubt. But 17 years ago is when I first showed up in La Jolla at the Challenge Athletes Foundation.
Yeah.
And I thought, gosh, it'd be great to be able to ride. And I was intimidated. I have this birth injury with my arm. Didn't think I could do it. I saw Willie. Willie looked at me and said, look, you've got an arm. Just get out there and do it. And that's why I'm here.
He said, hey, loser, what the hell? Get out there and do this.
At least you have an arm.
So, yeah, and got an arm. And last year, or a few years ago, you finished up summiting the highest summits on all 7 continents, 7 of them.
Yep.
Wow. So what I love is your equipment. When you think of all the high-tech equipment that goes into doing the climbing stuff you're doing, the most important piece of equipment for you was a $3 coat hook from Home Depot, right?
Yeah, I innovated a little climbing device. I don't have the gripping strength in my right hand, so I decided that if I could find some kind of little hook of sorts, attach it to my wrist, and that's what I ended up doing, going to Home Depot. $3, I attach it to a brace, and it got me up to the summit of Mount Everest and the highest mountains on each continent around the world.
So this must feel like there's a ton of air. I mean, this is only 10 and 12,000 feet.
This is nothing.
What is the big deal when you're talking, 26,000 feet? I mean, it's nothing. Have you done a lot of altitude work to get ready for this?
I've been out here in Leadville for about a week.
Okay.
Pre-riding and crashing on the course.
Have you ridden most of the course?
The tricky parts, the power line, the Columbine climb.
Yeah.
So
what do you think?
I've got a good feel for it. Yeah, it's not that high. I mean, Columbine, it's beautiful views up there, but no problem breathing up there. It's just my only problem is getting down those steep descents safely. So
nice. Willie, when was the first time you came here?
About 2007.
So you're going for number 6.
That's right.
You're trying to get this big bad boy, the 10-year, 1,000-mile belt buckle.
That's the only thing that'll give me any self-esteem is that buckle.
I think so. Your kids told me that they want nothing to do with you.
Pretty much.
Unless you get one of those buckles.
Yeah, they want another daddy. But if I bring the buckle in, they might keep me. So I got 4 years to resurrect myself.
Now, going back a number of years, Willie, could you have done this race without the prosthetic arm?
I think I could have, but I was scared that I'd hurt someone else. I'm kind of like Paul. I mean, my prosthetic arm's probably a wee bit better than Paul's little hand setup. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, he's doing some crazy stuff tomorrow. Good luck, Paul.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, thank me.
Thank you for that abuse.
But honestly, I'm thrilled to be here. I love riding.
Yeah.
I just got into mountain biking 6 months ago. Again, thanks to this man, Willie.
Yeah, there you go.
And it is such an exciting thing to be able to actually do this. And as I mentioned, I've been involved in supporting the Challenge Athletes Foundation for 17 years, seeing all of the great equipment and grants that are provided for prosthetic limbs and other sports equipment. But until just the last few months, I haven't had the appreciation for what the right kind of equipment can do to enable you to go out here and enjoy a sport that you love. Yeah. And honestly, until I had the setup, until I had the conversation with Willie and got the bike all dialed in and enabled me to ride it, I couldn't do it. So again, it's really exciting to be here, and I'm just so grateful.
You know, Willie, for somebody who, you lost your arm right after your senior year of high school, and the world of prosthetics, the world of challenged athletes has changed immensely.
Oh, man. Like the arm I used, that didn't exist.
Right.
There was nothing out there. And then I got an arm, 2003, 2004.
Yeah.
And that's when I said, I'm coming out to Leadville. I've always wanted to do the race. I live real close to here, but I just didn't have the confidence, and I didn't want to hurt someone else. And now the equipment's there, and here we are at number 6. But it's it's come a long way, disabled sports, and Challenge Athletes Foundation is one of the reasons for that. I mean, we've pushed the envelope now for
we really
22 years.
What's interesting is people don't realize the first number of years where you did Hawaii, and for people who are out there, Willie, Paralympic medalist cross country skiing, right, Ironman finisher, Catalina Marathon champion, Xterra finisher, Xterra champion.
That's right.
All that cool stuff.
This was one of the bigger ones, though.
Yeah.
Leadville was one of the harder things I've done, and along with kayaking the Grand Canyon. But I was like Paul. I came up with a 6-cent piece of webbing that allowed me to kayak better, and Paul did it with a coat hanger. Grand Canyon's at the bottom of the earth, and Everest is at the top of the earth. So we've got all the bases covered here.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about the change in the not just equipment but the attitude. And for the able-bodied population as well, how accepting they are of people with challenges participating in these events.
I mean, we're in a brotherhood or sisterhood, and Paul will see it tomorrow. I mean, they're going to be like, "Dude, you're a stud," And
right.
everyone, we support one another out there. And then by the end of this race, we're all brothers and sisters on 2 wheels, just trying to knock out that 12-hour and get that little baby buckle there. But, there's plenty of guys that are going to get that medium one, but I just want that buckle over there and then the big one in about 4 years from now.
So first year you did this, how long did it take you?
11 hours and 57 minutes.
So 11 and change, we call that.
Yeah, well,
which meant that you got
I got across the finish line to hear him going 3, 2, no one else is coming across.
So you got that buckle.
Yeah, that's right.
And then have you gotten the sub 9?
Now I've got 902, 905, and no sub 9. But I'm okay. I don't care about that medium. I want the middle one.
And so tomorrow you'd be 6, and that's
right.
by doing the math.
That's right. I'm in striking distance.
You're right there.
Yeah, before I'm 100, I'm going to get that big buckle.
So, Willie, you know what it's like to finish this thing. What's going to be like for Paul coming across the line tomorrow?
Cool thing about Paul is climbers aren't egomaniacs. At least I hope this one's not. And he's smart and he's sharp and he's in great shape. And I think he's going to – it's one of those things where you got to be doubting yourself at a point. You doubt yourself, but you get out there and do it. And you can never do it until you toe the line. And he's toeing the line, so we'll see. I think it's going to be one of the great accomplishments. He's a 7 summit guy, but he's going to, you know, Leadville's.
I don't know if anybody's done all 7 summits, Ironman, and Leadville. That might be you're in a little fraternity of your own.
Doubtful. There's only 4 people that have done Ironman, the Hawaii Ironman, and summited Everest. So,
really?
I'm among a group of 4 that have done what's known as the peak to heat double. So add Leadville, and I guess maybe that's a pretty small crowd of 1. I guess.
Well, boys, have fun tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. Thanks for having us.
No problem. Again, this is Breakfast with Bob. We are ignited by Athlinks. My name is Bob Babbitt, and we are at the Blueprint for Athletes Leadville 100, the legendary race itself. Hold on, everyone. We will be right back.